Yes, let's jam. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting episode of Telia Misfits. I am here joined by my good friends, Thurcastrophe, Ocean X, Neat, Raining Blades, Fair, Savian, and Spyro Proxy. The most normal of the okay, that's fine, that's fine. So we didn't have a session last week. I missed you all. I missed you greatly. I missed the thrill of rolling dice and threatening to kill my friends. Um, woo, yeah, woo. And let's see if we remember what the hell happened. Thanks to the lovely voice of one Sarcastrophe. Take it away, please. Do you want me to do it? Do you want me to do it? I can do it. All right. A highly accurate depiction of what happened last session. I I I am blown away. I seriously, yeah, that is.
I
I
learned a
loved
very
it.
valuable lesson um, that if there's wind inside the dome, bounce.
Ah, yes. As the old saying says,
That's the
if
old
there's
thing.
wind inside the dome, bounce.
Yeah.
Oh, the ancients, they were wise.
Maul said it himself. Chapter 3. That's the name of the chapter.
All right, shit. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. All right, so let's continue on, shall we? So last session ended with you managing to calm down the little elf girl that you found slightly, and enough for her to say the following words: just green men, green men. She just kept repeating it, clearly traumatized by something. You are surrounded by bodies upon bodies, some of which the girl had been laying under. And yeah, so what do you wish to do? It is it is getting dark. So the moons are starting to rise.
I would like to ask the Mir if, through his research, he found anything on green men roaming the woods or anything.
I did not. What I mostly uncovered was about the local wildlife, on which I shared. It's possible I've read about something about green men in my prior studies, although I'm not necessarily sure. I could perhaps roll around in my mind to see if I can uncover something.
I mean, roll a history if you have proficiency.
I have proficiency in all the intelligence.
Oh yeah, you do. Yeah.
While Demir's doing that, can I use like a medicine check to kind of like inspect the bodies and be like, ooh, how did these guys die?
Oh, 100%. Roll it.
Forensics time.
Forensics, yeah. Yeah, just need your sunglasses.
Totally got stabbed.
All right. Demir, nothing really comes to mind about green men. Nothing really seems to be coming to mind. The very idea of a green person is absurd to you, Red Oni. So
only red and blue. There's definitely nothing green.
Yes. However,
it turns out Demir is a red-green colorblind, so he literally cannot even comprehend the concept of green.
My man's gonna pass out in that Squid Game.
Wow. No spoilers. I've seen it, but no spoilers. So someone might. I want to see it. But
Heyo, great recommendation for the show. Definitely go watch it.
So good, so fucking good.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. But yeah, all right. So meanwhile, Callahan, you're searching around, checking the wounds. You do find that most of the people that were killed by clearly bladed weapons, spears, swords, anything. The cuts seem too clean for it to be, claws and whatnot.
I kind of relay to the guys then that it's pretty clear that this wasn't done by a single entity, but a group on account of the different entry points.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, everyone got stabbed by different people, so we should be looking out for like a group. Joe, I don't know if you would be able to, or Terry, I know you guys are quite good at tracking. Do you know anything about like seeing what direction they came from or went?
I could try.
Roll a survival if you wish. Yeah. 14. All right. It doesn't take a long time. You search around the edges of this encampment, and you immediately find several humanoid tracks, actual boot prints, leading further south.
Is that from where we came?
Tracks heading towards the south.
You came from the northwestish. No, northeastish.
Oh, okay. So could they be the forces we heard at the fortress?
I don't think so, because they were
We
behind.
left in the opposite direction of them, did we not? Because they weren't coming from the direction of Westreach.
They were coming from the direction of Westreach. They seem to have been following the path you took to the fort.
Oh, okay.
But you, during your travel here, you didn't spot any group unless they took another direction.
Yes. We should have seen them. Well, not likely.
Yes, if it were the group that was behind us, we would have seen them get in front of us. So this is a different group.
And have we already looked for other survivors, and she was the only one.
Yes, you look for other survivors, and you only found the girl.
And do we know if there's any other nearby villages?
You weren't told.
Yeah, no worries. In that case, I think the best point of action. Actually, I don't really have a good point of action. We need to get the girl to safety anyway.
Yeah.
I suppose, Terry, you speak Elvish. You're probably one of the better ones to say with her. Can I pick through some of the remains of the village, see if I can find anything like useful or handy?
You can look around. Roll an investigation since you're looking through the remains. Yes.
All right, I'll live.
All right, all right. You search around. You do see that a couple of these were warriors. They did carry weapons, but they're not as well made as yours. There's some metal, but a lot of them seem to be stone weapons. Aside from that, there was a lot of tents that were burnt, but you do find some supplies scattered here and there. It's very hard to find, but you do find the equivalent of 3 rations. But you do notice something as you're searching around. For a village this size, there should have been a lot more supplies here, a lot more food, but seems to have been picked clean.
So we're going back, right? We're taking the girl back to the other camp.
The other camp is about a day or so walk from here.
Do we see any
Other-
more of that? That herb that we use to dissuade the animals from attacking us?
You were looking around and you didn't find any.
Okay, no, yeah, that's perfect. No bother.
This yeah, there's also like the other encampment is a different tribe of elves, for what it's worth.
They're also plain elves, while these are wood elves.
Right.
So should we go forward with her? That's
Maybe.
a bit dangerous, right?
Maybe ask her if there's anywhere we can bring her.
Okay.
That's handily on the way.
Is she still saying Green Man, or has she calmed down?
She seems to have gone quiet, but she still seems very shaken. Do you want to try to calm her down?
Yes.
Okay.
I will. I'll tell her that she's safe with us. We're not going to hurt her. We want to take her to somewhere safe. Along those lines.
All right. Roll a persuasion, please. DC is gonna be high. You're trying to calm her down through normal means. All right.
Yeah.
She doesn't seem to be reacting to what you're saying.
He's leaves her alone for Terry leaves her alone for a while. But he keeps an eye on her, but gives her own space.
All right. So go back to the others.
Yeah.
She basically just sits there, staring vacantly.
Guys, I'm sorry. I can't calm her down. It looks like she's not even listening.
She seems like she's in shock.
How do we fix that?
I could forcibly fix it, but that might not be wise, so our best option may be to simply bring her somewhere safe and allow her to work through what she needs to work through. Also, I think I caught something in the forest. My throat's all messed up. Sorry, guys.
Ah, yes, that.
You're
From
just
one
tapping
second.
into your powers. It's
Yes.
the arcane.
Ah, yes, yes.
I'm channeling a being from beyond the void.
Of course, of
It is
course.
speaking through me.
Coltzio, I hear you.
It's
So you mean we're
Powerful
actually
beast.
speaking to Emerson's patron right now?
Well, more like you know, a middle manager. Not
It's your caseworker, isn't it?
yes.
all right, all right. Hey, Lamb, thanks for the lurk. All right. So, you don't do anything, Emrys?
Unless the others like
Do you have
indicate, say that
common
Emrys
versions?
should. Hey, I do, but unless you guys say that I should, then Emrys will not.
I'm trying to think because they seem pretty calm and chill, and I don't think that's how that spell works.
I'm not. I think I kind of with Emerson on this. I'm not exactly sure using magical means on a
Yeah, I'd really
grieving
rather
child
not.
is exactly the right option.
Like, it's hard enough being an elf, let alone fucking with their emotional state when they're a kid. I suppose lesser restoration to remove trauma. Let's go, boys.
I mean, you can definitely try.
I'm not going to try. Is what I'm going for. So she was just shaking her head like there's nowhere that she can go, or she just wasn't answering.
She's not reacting to anything. She seems to be in shock.
Yeah. Mental
Um,
shock, like, all you can really do is just sort of wait for the surge of emotions to calm down.
yeah, I suppose. Is there any check I could do to kind of like think of something to help her out with?
I mean, I suppose you can roll an intelligence to see
Oh, God damn it.
what you get from that.
Yeah, all right, let's go. You know how my big brain is.
The big brain.
Oh shit! I'm not doing too bad with this smart.
All right.
Guy.
Yeah, no, you're doing pretty well. All right. So
You-
she's in shock. She experienced a incredibly traumatic event. So it's very normal for her to not react for a while. You can talk her through it. Maybe you might be able to not snap her out of it, but bring her emotions down a little bit. You also know that Amorous can control emotions because you've seen them using such a spell. Technically, there's a higher level restoration spell that would do the trick, but that is beyond your knowledge, your capabilities right now. Mal has not given you that access. But yeah,
Yeah,
short of giving
that's
her
true.
time and talking and possibly magical means, that's really the only way.
And how close is the temple?
The temple's back in town, so several days away. Like it's in
It's back in
Westreach.
town.
Yeah.
No,
The
not
ruins we're going to
yeah,
investigate.
not the courthouse. Yeah.
Oh, the ruins. You were.
That's my bad. We were talking about Maul. That's on me.
They're supposedly close to this tribe, but you were supposed to ask for directions here.
Yeah, because historically speaking, the entrance to a dungeon is never well guarded. It's only when you get into shit hit the fan. At least that's what my video game logic tells me.
What is a video game?
What is a video game? It's in the book of Mal. You wouldn't understand.
Oh, great.
Demir, do you have any thoughts?
I mean, if it's getting late and might be warrant to just kind of pitch camp and play by ears. This was to be where we were.
I would suggest seeing if we can get out of this immediate area before we set up camp.
True, yes, I meant. Doesn't necessarily mean right in the middle here. I just meant that. I'm not sure.
Those butterflies are bound to be showing up sooner or later.
That's what's kind of worried about. So look, who is the fastest of us?
I am.
Yo-ho.
Yo, and is there anyone else who's also fast?
I can be faster, but depends on why you're asking.
We could rush the girl back to what's it called? Bayfield Fort. Drop her off there. Maybe Kazango can take care of him.
I do not think that any one of us traveling alone, carrying a child through this dangerous forest, would be an advisable course of action.
It's also possible that there are survivors or other else nearby, or a different tribe. I'm not sure. I just don't think that trying to transport this girl across the plains to. I'm just not sure it's the best choice. I don't really know what the best choice is. I mean,
do you want to bring with us to the dungeon?
I don't.
Yeah,
would not
that's
say so. I think this all seems very like a fresh attack. I think if we
How
stay
likely does she
nearby,
seem like a DM NPC? Can I make a?
Out of character, aren't you supposed to be reaching another like city or something, another town?
That was here.
No, you were supposed to be reaching here and then asking for directions for the ruins.
yes. So, which is why I'm saying maybe we should stick around overnight and see if anyone comes by in the morning.
What if the girl knows where the ruins are?
Well, she's certainly in no position to try and explain that to us at the moment.
If you give me a long rest, I can ask one of the locals.
The local, you mean?
That's
No.
a good idea.
I
Yeah,
have-
Callahan can. Please.
I've another way of communicating, not just through
Just
my raspy voice.
make sure that
She's not around.
yes.
Yeah. That'd be in poor form.
I would say that's a good idea, not to let the child be one of her dead tribesmen suddenly start talking and then not.
Crazy. I was just talking to your mom. Yeah.
Oh my god. Mm-hmm. All right. So, are you trying to move away from the village?
I would suggest moving away with the child. Or
Okay.
something.
Who takes the child?
I could probably carry her pretty well.
Okay. So, Kyoho,
Yeah.
you go get the child, and as you get closer, you literally just touch her with the tip of your fingers, and she starts screaming loudly and pushing away. She has her back against a log. She can't go further, but she's just screaming and trying to push away.
Terry approaches and asks the girl to calm down. He basically tries to calm her down again.
Hey, girl, calm down. All right. She does not seem to be responding. She seems to just be screaming as these figures are around her.
Terry just turns to them and says, "This is why I don't have kids."
Causing a lot of noise, by the way, because she is screaming at the top of her lungs.
I do not know
If she
you'll be able to
continues,
move
she
her.
could attract unfortunate.
Things.
Should I put her to sleep? Not as in kill her, as in.
That wasn't my first reaction, or
Maybe
any
that
of
would
my
be best
I've-
for now.
I'm curious why you imagined that we were in favor of killing the child.
Well, there are a lot of dead bodies around, so.
What's one more? Is that the kind of thought process you go for?
Anyway, Emrys casts sleep on the girl.
Okay. You cast sleep, and doesn't take much for sleep to put her down, and she immediately just slides down to the side and falls asleep. As she quiets down, Callahan, you catch a glimpse of something moving in the distance amongst the bushes, and suddenly dashing away. Because, ungodly perception.
You know how it is. Lads. No. Lads. No. Lads. Yeah, I'm trying to get the right.
No, you don't need to do the voice. You don't need to do the voice.
I'm trying to not do the voice.
Oh.
Some young fellas, after fleeing the scene, should we go after them or investigate?
Be worth investigating, yes.
Yes, it would be worth investigating.
All
It's
right.
either another survivor that has been hiding, or it is perhaps a scout from whoever did this who had stayed behind to see who showed up.
Do we want to go in their direction or away?
I think you agreed to go after them, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's go squad. Up,
All
up,
right.
up, up.
Who's gonna roll survival to keep track? First of all, who's carrying the girl? I assume Kyoho.
Well, if you want me to track somebody, someone else should probably be carrying the girl.
Demir could carry her.
Okay, so Demir carries the girl,
All right.
while okay, Kyoho rolls
Yo,
a 25. All right.
Wow.
Kyoho, you go to where Callahan saw movement, and as you get there, you immediately see tracks. These seem to be boot tracks, dashing away at full speed in a certain direction. Seems to be going to the south as well.
All right. These look like similar boot tracks to the ones I saw around the edge of the area.
Yeah.
All right. It is as I feared. This was probably a scout who was running off to tell the others what happened here. We should leave this area immediately and head back towards the fort.
Okay. Lead the way.
All right. You start heading in the opposite direction then?
Yeah.
Okay. So you start heading in the opposite direction, and I would say you go a bit further before you got a camp for the night.
Yeah.
So
Just get out of the general area before we
yeah,
camp.
you get out of the general area, and Amir puts up the bubble.
Yeah.
And yeah, you start camping out. So if I remember correctly, the watches, it's been a while, it's been 2 weeks, but if I remember correctly, the watches, it's Callahan, Emrys, then Kyoho, and finally Demir, never Terry, correct?
Yes.
That was
Not
awful.
anymore.
That was
Terry
awful.
lost his watch privileges.
All
Terry,
right.
if you want, you can watch with one of us. We just won't leave you alone.
Yeah.
Before we go to sleep, I am briefing the party on the fact that things outside the dome can hear us. Wind would not be occurring inside the dome, as I have discovered most
Yes.
recently. And basically, if anything doesn't seem like it has been the previous however many times we've done this, wake everyone up.
Okay.
Tutorial.
It's like a public service announcement.
Everyone, try not to fart. It might be a bad sign. All right. So you sit down. The girl seems, even after the effects of the sleep spell are over, the girl seems to be just asleep the whole time. Clearly exhausted. And
Yeah,
the
the
sleep.
adrenaline that was keeping her in
Oh,
shock
yeah.
has like worn out while she was magically asleep.
Oh yeah, totally. So she is just sleeping. Callahan, roll me a perception, please.
Oh, it would be my absolute and utter pleasure. And of course, for posterity's sake, Calispam.
Oh, Calispan, yes, of course.
Calispan.
Calispan. Oh boy, you guys love this dinner. I love this Calispan.
That's all I choose to perceive. I ignore all the haters.
All right. So, Callahan, as you are keeping watch, everyone's asleep. You actually start hearing voices in the distance, like someone seems to be talking. It actually seems to be like someone is arguing.
Arguing in a language that I know.
You can't really tell, but you can tell from the tone. You don't really understand what anyone's saying, not because it's another language. It's just too far away. But it's clearly multiple people raising their voices.
In the distance, you hear adults from Charlie Brown going.
Yeah.
Can I wake up Kyoho and Terry?
You give them a kick each.
All right, Wilderness Survival Squad. I go in for group one. I was like, "Yo, guys, you guys gotta wake up. I'm here," and I'm whispering all this shit as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing like shit going down over there. There's chatter going on. They're kind of doing what I'm doing right now, but they're arguing. They're very aggressive about it. I'm thinking, you two are probably the quietest to wake up. Demir, I can picture him getting all flustered in his pajamas and being like, "Oh my," and
I'm always wearing pajamas.
and you always say, "Oh my."
Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my. Thank you,
I
George
don't
Sakai.
I don't know why that's like a line that stuck with me for Demir's one-liners. And Emrys, I don't know. Again, I think they're gonna like sneeze or something when they wake up.
Emrys is absolutely gonna sneeze. In
Whatever
fact, I was sneezing while I was muted.
they picked up in the forest, it's not good. It's pretty bad. It's like, do we want to go out and investigate, or do we want to wake up everyone and let them know?
I think we should wake up everyone and investigate. They need to be aware.
Yes.
Or I very gently wake up the other two. And if it looks like Emrys is going to sneeze, I'm going to pinch that nose.
Yeah, you wake up the other two, and
Well, oh my, what's going on?
and you all see as Callahan covers Emrys's nose immediately.
Emrys is like doing that face with like screwed up eyes. It's like trying to sneeze but can't because of the covered nose.
Oh no, no relief. All that build up, no release.
And Kyoho's shushing Demir.
Yep.
Callahan heard some voices. Wants us to investigate. We decided everyone needed to be awake in case something happened.
Right, understood. As Emrys with
Immersion.
the nose pops by.
Yes, immersion. That was wonderful. Well played.
Yes, well, quite so. I cannot leave this dome if we wish it to remain.
I
So,
wouldn't want everyone to come out anyway because someone needs to stay behind to keep an eye on the girl.
So
Right,
Demir,
I
you're on
could do that.
babysitting duty.
Okay, that's worked out great last time.
If you get hungry, there should still be about 15 pounds of like chicken legs there,
Right, so
wings.
All right. So Demir stays while the rest of you start heading in that direction. Roll stealths.
Bum 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 bum. Oh, baby.
Bum, 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 bum.
Oh, baby.
You got the hero point.
Da-da.
Wait a second. Yeah, hero point as well.
All right.
Next time, I'm just waking up Kyoho. This was.
I'm not gonna use my hero point.
Okay. Okay.
Emma sneezes.
So
Emrys yeah.
everyone, you start heading there. You start following the voices, closer and closer. You're doing pretty well. All of you are being rather quiet, avoiding twigs and foliage as best you can. You get about 100 or so feet from where you assume the voices are, and then Emrys just sneezes loudly. So loudly. And then Callahan, the voices suddenly stop. And you hear faint movement in the distance.
Considering how quiet the rest of us were, can we just like blend in and just kind of like, you know, that thing where we all like freeze and like one person's gonna hand over the other person, kind of Scooby Doo kind of rules.
You can definitely try. You get into positions, different positions, and let me just see something. Okay. You hear actually 3 whistles in quick succession coming from different directions. And then suddenly, you hear a loud, a loud battle cry as this figure jumps out of the foliage and moves to land on top of Emrys. Emrys, please roll a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw.
Yes. Okay. Emrys, you unfortunately do not pass. As you fail, you're completely knocked down and by this large tumbling dwarf that lands on top of you. Immediately, you see. Actually, Emrys, you don't see anything. Callahan, you also don't see anything because it's dark, complete darkness. But the dude with dark vision, you see this big dwarf with wide shoulders, thick arms, as thick as a man's thigh. He has this long, dirty brown beard and a helmet with 2 big horns, and his body is covered in this weird armor with several plates and jagged metals just sticking out like spikes. And he has this big, embellished battle axe in his hand that seems to be aiming at Emrys. You also see, at this same time, another figure in the tree above. Especially Callahan, you hear them. You hear a voice that goes, "Hands up! Don't you dare touch your weapons." It is a husky female voice that comes from a woman crouching down on a branch with a longbow already ready to fire. She has a hood over her long hair and a very slim face. On the opposite side, she's to the right of you guys. On the opposite side, you hear another voice. "Wait, hold on, Abe, calm down. None. I don't think any of them are green." Una, lower your voice. Your bow, please. You see stepping out of the bush a human, seemingly in his 30s or so, with a rather handsome bearded face. He has two long swords, one in each hand, and a big necklace hanging from his neck with two coiling snakes. He immediately sheaths his sword. Hello, hello. Hey, get off the poor girl. Come on.
Quick
Emrys is just-
observation question.
Yes.
Are any of them wearing Pathfinder belts?
You have a look. While your dark vision does not give you color, they are all wearing the same belt.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah, so I can't see. I'm gonna raise my hands up. Can I cast light? Is that
You can.
kosher?
You can. You cast light, and immediately shines a light on everyone, and you see Kyoho, Terry. You all see the same thing you saw, but now in color.
Technicolor.
Emrys was just like, before the light was just like, Harry, are you on top of me? What's happening?
And now
And then
you
the
see
light, and it's like, oh, wait.
it's definitely not Terry.
Terry?
It's a bigger Terry, bigger, angrier looking Terry.
Oh no, bigger Terry.
Yes, bigger Terry.
Bigger.
So a human.
No, it's not a human. But yeah, it looks like a mean looking dwarf. But you do see you do now see that Kyoho, since you were looking for these, the belts from the human and the dwarf are blue, and the belt on the one on the tree seems to be green.
All right.
The dwarf does not pull the axe away from Amorous, and he just glares at the human. Hey, none of them are green.
Oh, are we supposed to be green?
Not according to the mirror.
The human goes off towards the dwarf and just grabs him by the shoulder and just pushes him off Amorous.
Question: like, do they know where
Thank
Kyoho
you.
is? Is like my stealth failed?
He seems to be looking. Let me just check. 21. Yeah, he seems to look around and seems to stop at each of you, including you, Kyoho.
All right, then Kyoho will like raise her hands to show that she's not holding onto her swords.
Emrys just like brushes themselves off and stands up.
All right.
We apologize if we startled you. We were also on edge, as we have heard of these. I assume we are speaking of the same green ones.
Damn near gave us a fright. You're fine then. You're fine. All of you can come out of hiding. I can see you. And he looks directly at Terry and then towards Callahan. Oh, Callahan already used light, so he looks
Yeah, I
directly
lied.
at Terry.
Yeah, Alan used light, so yeah.
I did my disguise. My blending in with the darkness will help me now.
Ah, yes, the perfect disguise. Blinding light.
Well, I mean, have you ever tried to look at someone when they're like holding a torch? You
No,
can't. You can only
that's
see the
true.
torch.
That's true. All right, so he does here. Well, it's good to see non-green people around here.
We haven't seen any of these green people yet. We have caught wind of them.
You want to see one? Immediately, the dwarf like, "Are you fucking serious?" And the human, "Why not? Come on." And he signals for you to follow him the same direction. You also see the woman on top. She just rolls her eyes and jumps off the branch, very not
Very
pleased with the
edgy.
situation.
Emrys kind of looks back to the others and see what they want to do.
Mhm.
So they're just backing us forward, is it?
They're walking away from you.
All right.
But do they like they want us to follow?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. They're
Sorry,
saying they'll show us one of the green men.
All right. I mean, does anyone have? Did I prepare it? No, I didn't. Good job, me. Never mind. I don't have sending on me. So, Emrys, do you have message as a cantrip?
Yes, I also am able to send long distance messages.
Do you want to just let Demir know?
I'm
How
pretty
far away is
sure.
the man? If he's out of message range, then I can just send
I'm
him.
pretty sure he's within message range because it's 120 feet. Yeah.
Yeah, message is 120
It's close enough.
All right, Emrys will just like point in the direction they came from. Message Demir. Demir, we have found the disturbance, which was Pathfinders. They are offering to show us one of the green men. We will investigate. There is no danger at the moment.
Demir will reply with his own message cantrip, saying,
Which is not needed because
Yeah,
you get a free reply, but sure.
You can reply through my message, but Demir is just flexing by replying with his own.
Wow. Good job, Demir.
"Hey, it's Habit. He's just replying, understood. Just don't tell them why we're here."
Understood.
All right. So you continue to follow until you get to an area. There's a small fireplace, and next to the fireplace, there's this large dog that is sitting on top of a humanoid figure. As you get close, you see the other three. They surround the figure, and you do see that this humanoid figure is indeed weirdly green skinned. His whole he seems to be wearing some leather armor, pants, boots, but what you do see from the skin, mostly his neck and face, is green. He has these longish ears, a pointy hooked nose, yeah, and black hair. Seems to be unconscious so far and tied. His arms and legs are tied behind his back.
If you were to describe its height into two different categories, would you consider it more goblin height or orc height?
It would be
For my
a
own
medium.
personal perception.
It would be a medium size. He
So
appears
it's
to
an
be
orc.
closer to a human than a halfling. Yes.
What?
All
'Cause
right.
the fucking halflings aren't medium; they're small.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He seems to be
Yes.
closer to a human than a halfling in terms of size.
And would he have orcish traits about him?
You do not know what an orcish trait is, but he does have what I described. He has these long ears, longish nose, green skin,
No horns?
no horns.
What an abomination. Not even a single horn.
No horn.
Says
Doesn't even look
the
like
dwarf.
an orc.
Hmm.
Awful.
The dwarf sits down on a log next to where the guy is, and the human caught this guy a while ago. Seems to be one of the scouts for those bastards.
Mm.
Oh, sorry. Didn't introduce myself. Name's Jack from the Pathfinders Guild. This here's Abe, and points to the dwarf who just grunts, just very friendly, very friendly. And that there is Uda. She just stares at you and then looks away. Also incredibly friendly, as you can see. I am the only friendly person in this party. Why do I hang out with you guys? They just grunt again. What about
So
you
that's
guys?
Jack Ura, was it?
Yes, Jack.
Cool.
Jack
Perfect.
of Sunhelm. Pleasure to meet you.
Do I know what Sunhelm is? Is that
You know
Come on.
Sunhelm. Sunhelm is a town.
in Windborn?
Yeah.
Cool.
You actually saw it on a map when you were planning your trip. You ended up going to Feyhelm. Sunhelm was one of the possible destinations.
Okay.
What about you lads?
Oh,
I am
we are.
Emrys.
Please go on, Emrys.
Well, that was it. I am Emrys. These are my traveling companions. Callahan, Terry, Kyoho, and we have one more who is waiting back at camp.
Oh. All right, all right. We're from the Snaken branch for the Pathfinders Guild. Are you Pathfinders? I don't see any bell on you.
No, we are independent.
What's a snakin'?
Snaken, town of
It's like,
Snaken.
it's like a snake,
Oh.
but with an N on the end. Callahan.
I
It's
sometimes forget about these literary reptiles.
it's a town.
Oh, cool.
You're not from Windborn?
Me, no.
Hmm.
Well, kind of. I've adopted Westreach as not a home away from home, but more like, like a separate garage, like the detached garages where you keep tools and shit. That's how I feel about Westreach.
I've
But
been to
away from home.
Westreach. I don't blame you for thinking like that.
I'm surprised garages exist.
Shut up.
I'm more surprised that Callan knew what one was.
And at this moment, you hear the dwarf go. All right, so tell me then, what's two humans, a dwarf, and an oni, and whatever the fuck's hiding back there, doing this far out? Just taking a stroll, are we?
Kind of rude to ask what we're up to.
I believe we are a circus, right, Callahan?
No, we are taking a job. We have taken a job from a client to investigate something in the area.
Oh, all right. Now we're getting somewhere, aye, lads. Jack looks towards the dwarf and. I take it you're here to investigate the ruins then, as well.
I didn't say that.
If you're
What
here to
ruins?
investigate something, I'm pretty sure you're here to investigate the ruins. And he just stares at you, Emrys.
Perhaps we are here to investigate the Green Men.
Then you're here to investigate the ruins.
There is a connection between the Green Men and the ruins.
Yes. Especially because the Green Men weren't here before a few days ago.
I
Alright.
see.
That's pretty obvious by the latent destruction around the area, I imagine.
Uh-huh. What do you know? What do you know about what happened here?
If you let me sleep on it, I'll suss things out.
The green men have attacked at least one elven settlement in the area.
Aye, they did. The dwarf just immediately kicks the one on the ground. These fuckers slaughter them all, motherfuckers! And he just kicks him again. Hey, don't kill him. We still need him. Fuckers. Yes, we saw what happened. We saw the slaughter. There's a lot of them.
And did you? How do you mean you? As in, like you watched it happen?
We saw it from afar. Yes.
Like what are they? Are they?
Whatever they are, they're very coordinated. They had, and the dwarf said, they had fucking army formations, lad. Shields, pikes, swords. They came in, blitzed the tribe, killed everyone in sight.
If
Was
you're
bloody.
willing enough to lend this guy to us, well, not lend, but again, full rest, and me and my associate back there, we
What?
can.
What we're saying is, if you were intending to interrogate that creature, we may be able to assist.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, we've been trying to, but this fucker doesn't seem to understand our language. Or at least he's pretending. And he kicks him again. Hey, please, you're gonna break something and then he's going to die and... fuck this.
Yeah, we can fix that. We've got a guy who can. He's really good at comprehending languages.
I could also, Callahan, I could also simply probe his mind directly.
Oh. Yeah, of course. M over here. Is it okay if we do some non-physical probing to the Green Man?
No, if you're helping us interrogate him, then I guess we're on the same side. We've been actually arguing for a while. And he turns towards the other two. Because each of us has a different idea of what to do next.
It would be mutually beneficial for us all to learn more, I'm sure.
Alright. You got a
If
camp?
you want, we can come to some kind of agreement. If you have a specific question that you'd like us to ask, and then in exchange we can ask our questions.
Sure. You got a
And we
camp?
tell you the answer of yours, but we might not tell you the answer of ours. Seems pretty fair, considering we're the only ones who can get the answers in the first place.
The dwarf picks up the green man, puts him over his shoulder. Alright. Let's head to your place.
We could just do it here. No?
Well, he's not waking up. I did hit him real hard.
Can I just wake him up? Do I not have can I like create water and splash it over his
You
face?
can try, yeah.
Like in a non like or like can I make a medicine check to be like is he knocked out? Can I splash water in his face?
He seems to be knocked out. You can definitely try. You create water and splash it on his face, and he just starts looking around, trying to move. But then the dwarf puts his boot on top of the guy's neck.
Emrys,
Emrys
probing time.
Emrys will kind of step forward, hold a hand out in front of the green man's kind of head, and cast Detect Thoughts.
Detect thoughts.
And
Alright.
yep, and probing his mind. So that's a Wisdom save, and I'm going to use some sorcery points with heightened spell, so he has disadvantage.
Cool. You rolled a 4 and a 7.
Okay. So I'm now probing his mind. And
Okay, detect thoughts. Tell you when you probe deeper, you can ascertain. Ba-ba. What is it? What is it? What is it? Because I know you gain specific
yeah.
knowledges.
I initially learned surface thoughts. So what's most on its mind at the moment?
Ah! What the fuck?
Okay, screaming. That's an emotion.
Yeah.
Okay, if it fails, I gain insight into its reasoning, its emotional state, and something that looms large in its mind.
Okay.
Ah!
Its emotional state is most definitely, oh my god, what I am going to die. I must get away. You get the general gist that he needs to go back to Legat Jahad. Needs to report the intruders. That seems to be his personal mission right now.
Okay. Emrys just relays this to the others.
I will
He is,
write it. Give me a yeah. Go on.
he is intending to report intruders to a Legat Jihad. Do you understand me, Green Man?
Are you gonna start with the names, guys? RB.
I plead the fifth.
You're not even here. You're not even here. Legolas Jared. Oh fucking hell. Okay, guys. He turns to you, Amorous, just stares at.
Okay, does anyone here recognize whatever language he's spoken?
Does not appear to be so. Everyone does not.
Uh,
None of you
I
recognize
speak
this language.
common, so let me know what he says.
Clearly not common.
Common, alright. Would I know anything about green people? Like, is there any like religious mumbo jumbo,
You can roll religion.
as the cleric would put it?
You can roll religion. You have no fucking idea.
I'm gonna say that's a no. I'd say it's no. I don't know. Like, what do I have in my inventory? Like, you could show him a picture of your one day and I'd see if he reacts. I have a 2-man tent. Maybe we can bargain.
The dwarf turns to Amorous.
Mhm.
All right, what you got?
As I've said, I've learned that he is intending to report intruders to a Legat Jihad, but his language is not one I can easily understand. If we return to our camp, we may be able to understand his language and further the investigation.
All right, let's go. Picks up the guy and starts carrying him.
Mhm.
Well, you lead the way.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right.
Emrys will message Demir on the way just to say, Demir, we are returning with a captive green man and the Pathfinders to conduct a joint investigation. We will require your assistance if that is possible.
Demir will respond with this message. He won't flex back. Just like understood. I'm going to lower the dome beforehand.
All right.
And Demir will, after that, will step outside the dome and have it collapse.
That's the best way of lowering the dome. Yes.
It's the
Feel
only way I
free.
can, unless I want to
Idea
burn a
to
dispel.
be all like, hey, Demir, start casting comprehend languages as a ritual. It's going to take you 10 minutes.
Oh, Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, we're not very far away from camp, are we?
Yeah,
No,
sure,
you're not.
whatever. Just go tell him whatever. You know, he knows what to do.
You're not super far. You're about 300 feet from camp. You continue to walk, and as you reach the dome, you hear the elf go, "Oh look, another Oni. Wonderful." And you immediately see the human just elbows the elf, and she stumbles, and he glares at her. He glares at him, and then she just looks away. I'm sorry about her. She's
Racist. Yeah.
Oh no,
I,
quite alright.
I didn't want to. Look, she's been through a lot. Okay. Just... Anyway, hi, hello, and Jack just offers his hand to shake for the mirrors.
The mirror shakes in response.
Name's Jack, part of the Snake and Pathfinders.
Demir, part of, well, this merry band.
Ah, and what a merry band it is. So I take it you understand languages?
Yes, give me a few minutes and I will be able to understand whatever, well, this is speaking. Just kind of gives a look over at the green creature.
All right. He just snarls at you.
Demir starts ritual casting detect not detect magic, comprehend languages.
Imagining, like, if this were a manga, the Green Man's text, like, speech bubble is just in, like, wingdings.
Yeah, it's basically that. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna go check on the tiny child that we have with us.
All right. You go check on a tiny child, and she is fast asleep.
Yo, tiny
Okay.
child is definitely gonna get a fear point after
Yo.
this.
Oh
Seriously,
no,
like,
she is.
Oh, no.
She has like 15 at this point.
Yo, big shout out to little elf girl, as my notes say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
the elf-
tiny child, first name Tiny, last name Child. Is a pretty good name.
Nicknamed Little Elf Girl.
Little elf girl,
yeah.
yeah.
The elf girl is so so full of fear that she's rolling death saves every single round at disadvantage to see if she dies at heartbreak.
She's persistent, by the way.
Little elf girl.
Little elf
Leg.
girl will be my next character.
Good, great. All right. So while the mirror is casting, it does take 10 minutes. Jack does say. So problem is, there's a ton of them. There's more each day. This is going to be a problem. We've been
Yes.
arguing about it because each of us has a different idea of how to handle this. Some of us less cautious than others, and he stares at the dwarf like, "Don't fucking look at me like that, lad. I keep saying that all we need to do is charge their base, kill them all, and fix the problem. It's easy. Simple. Direct."
Sounds like a great way to die.
We're strong lads.
Do it.
You're strong lads. We can take him.
Emrys just kind of mutters under their breath, like, this would have been a much better settlement to have Windscar destroy.
It's not like they have this fort or anything. It's just the fucking ruins. We already know what they're like. They're not ready for us.
Do we know what's inside the ruins?
We know. We've been there for a few days now. Until he looks at the dwarf. Stuff happened. Anyway, how's the spell
That sort
going?
of stuff.
How is the spell going?
No, it's still like 5 minutes away.
Oh, no. It's just this
Oh,
orc.
He's just pulling at his collars.
You can't rush him. He needs to take his time to warm up. Get into the mood.
All right, fine.
What sort of things happened?
He looks at the dwarf, then looks at the woman. She is not even looking at him. She's just sitting away from the group in the shadows. The dwarf looks at him. What? Might as well just fucking tell them. And Jack takes a deep breath and goes, "All right, all right. I'll tell you the whole thing. He got hired to come investigate these ruins and secure them. You know, clear out any issues, any problems, make sure they're safe for any researcher that wants to come around and have a look. Got here 5 or so days ago, and we had another one with us, a friend of ours called Jason, and one of those. He looks at the mirror, you know, thinking types with the books and the magics. We needed one of those. So, there's 4 sites to these ruins, 4 different locations. We went through a couple of them, just trying to check them out, but the first one, site 1, after we gathered, you know, quite a bit of treasure, right, lads? And the dwarf just grunts. A lot of good that did us. Right. So we gathered a few stuff, and we gave it to our wizard to study. And he was very, how do you say, enthusiastic about the ruins. Bit too much if you ask me. Well, if you ask anyone, it was a bit too much, yeah. So, we found this ring, right? This huge stone ring with strange markings in one of the ruins. Site 1. Jason, let's just say he became obsessed with it, and he started studying it for a couple of days. And said something about linking the branches. And I don't really understand it, half of the stuff that guy says, so pretty much just kept doing my thing and he kept doing his. And one day, Jason, our good friend, did some weird magic thingies, and what do you know, there was this bright flash from the ring, and it's very blinding. And then this weird energy within it. Then the fucker just jumps right in. Along with the bag that we had all of our stuff that we collected. The dwarf just rolls his eyes. Well, we debated about going in to find him. Who wants to jump into this weird portal thing? And before we know it, green men are coming out, armed to the teeth, looking for a fight. They caught us by surprise. We had to get out of there. And they've been taking over the place. Seems like more of them are coming out each day. Then, first of all, they started sending scouts to find the area, to secure the area. They're very organized. And then there was the attack. Fuckers found a village. They slaughtered everyone. Took all their food. It's been a mess. why I say we should, go in there, take care of them. And at this moment, Demir, your comprehend languages activates.
It's ready.
But I ask you questions, and he just slaps the green man's head.
Demir kind of looks towards his more charismatic and wordy, or less. He just kind of looks to the others.
All right. Emra's Emra's is just gonna cast detect thoughts again.
Callan's gonna give him a big old thumbs up and a wink, being like, "You got this, bro." Turn the pants off.
Okay,
I'm
you guys can
doing
detect
my
thoughts?
with heightened spell again.
Okay. The rolls a 1 and a 4.
Okay. Better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
So with detect thoughts, obviously I can't. It's only Callahan who can understand this language.
Well, Demir.
Demir, sorry.
Yeah, Demir's just gonna basically translate
Yeah,
whatever he
I
hears out
can't-
loud.
Yeah, but I'm able to kind of understand its like emotions and stuff. So, whatever it says, will I know whether it's like based on its emotions and stuff, whether it's like telling the truth or lying?
I suppose you'll get advantage on your insight.
Okay.
I'll give you that.
Cool.
Alright.
All right.
So just staring at you guys as
Yeah.
Emrys, you do detect that, first of all, he is a mixture of angry, very angry, but also fearful. And he's saying, I gotta wait. Gotta break these bonds. Gotta get back.
Should we perhaps ask, where are we able to figure out? I guess he can't understand us exactly. Unless you're able to try it somehow, get it to think about what it is or where it's from.
Demir, you understand him suddenly say, get these fucking things off of me! You fucking savages!
Yeah, I guess comprehend languages doesn't allow you to speak in that language.
Nope.
You can only understand
No,
it.
that is that's a different spell. It's definitely calling us savages and wanting to be released, which is understandable, but
Pretty rude.
I guess I'm confused. I thought the whole point of me doing this was because you guys had a means of getting it to speak information.
I was under the impression that comprehend languages meant you can speak it.
Yeah,
But I
also
suppose-
thought that. Sorry.
When you say comprehend languages out loud, it is in the name that's not what it does at all. And again, great takeaway. I'll put that on my notes for next time.
Yeah, what you need.
If there's wind in the dome, bounce. Comprehend languages, not as good as you think.
I will say you do have a way of communicating with someone you don't understand the language of, but I'm not going to tell you because you need to figure that out.
I have an idea, but it's probably not the one that Rand's alluding to.
Probably
and will
not.
definitely get us in trouble.
Probably.
But let me pitch it. And this can be out of character. It's okay.
Yeah.
Demir, you have in your possession a quill and paper.
God, wouldn't leave home without it.
Surely this green-skinned man, who could be a gift? I don't really know. Maybe he can communicate to us through pictures.
If you would like to give it a try, then by all means.
My only problem is that I personally am a big fan of John Wick 1. And whoever isn't familiar, there's a mention of him killing 3 people with a pencil. I don't want to be one of the 3, you know what
Actually,
I mean?
he kills 2 people with a pencil in John Wick 2.
He's slipping. He's
So,
getting
assuming Callahan begins to, suggest this in slightly less, pop culture reference method, Emrys just chimes in with, perhaps instead of having him draw, since we can comprehend him, we should be the ones to draw and see what his reactions are to what we draw.
Oh, that's such a bad idea. You can cast calm emotions on him.
Yes.
Tiny child, off limits. Weird green man who's swearing at us and wants to get to place.
I was just checking. Questions verbally directed at the target of creature and actually a course of its thoughts. So,
Yeah, it can't understand the questions
Okay.
is the problem.
I'm trying to find the way that Bran has alluded that we could speak to him.
I think it's just pictures. I think he just meant drawing pictures.
I mean, I could tell you guys if you really want.
It is
a thing that one of you has that allows you to do that.
Demir is going to cast a minor illusion cantrip
Okay.
and basically just like make an illusion of basically a creature that resembles the who they're interrogating.
Okay. So you make you make that.
I don't know everybody's spell list, so I can't figure it out from that. If it's like that.
I can do it. I can speak
I
with him.
have figured it out. The method that is being eluded by this mysterious presence.
Is this
By your
Oh
patron?
my god.
I'm proficient
I
in
don't think
gaming
you have.
cards. Maybe
No,
that's
it's,
fun.
it's sending.
I don't think you have, Osho.
Sending. We can use sending. Sending is something that the receiver always understands, as long as they have an intelligence of at least 1.
Terry,
Which
you
I
were
think
about
he
to say
does.
something?
I can communicate with any creature telepathically, and we don't need to share.
Oh wait, can I do that?
Both of you can do that, you dunces.
What I thought
I know. I have
Emrys
to.
can't.
I actually can't. Yeah, I can't because I have to be able to speak the same language as them.
You have to?
You do?
So I actually can't.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was pretty sure you could. Oh,
No, it specifically
second.
says to understand each other, you must speak mentally in a language the other knows.
Let me check if the warlock is
So
the
that's
same.
fine because
I
as
don't know what Terry power. I don't even know what warlock Terry is.
Terry is a different. Well,
I'm not sure.
Terry's a warlock
yeah,
and Emrys is a sorcerer, but still.
Yeah. No, I'm a warlock. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh yes, of course. Terry, awakened mind.
Yeah.
The creature must be able to understand at least 1 language. You don't need to
just
share
one.
the language. So Terry, you can
Yeah.
actually talk with him.
I can.
Just straight up
Terry, you
having
are
a
the most
conversation.
well-rested individual in our group. You've got this.
So, what do you want me to ask him?
Be a gentleman. Like, ask him what his name is first.
Okay.
We're tying him up like a pig. You know what I mean? We gotta be some decency.
They tied him up, not us.
So Terry just
Good point.
stares
Good
at
point.
him.
We were like discussing all these methods, and then Terry's just like,
Oh, you know what? I can. Yeah. You finally woke
Listen
up.
here, green buddy.
What?
You're in serious trouble. These guys want to kill you. Not me.
Demir, you
We want to save
understand.
you.
I agree, buddy.
Demir, you understand as he said, "Ah, get out of my head! What is this? Get out of my head!
something's working.
Ah!
What's happening?
Ah!
I think that someone, I is in his head. I guess that must be you, Emrys? Or...
Yes, my plan is working. He is my probing. It is coming to fruition. Emrys looks around, kind of clearly not knowing what's happening.
Emrys, try to figure out what this creature is, where it came from.
Yes, of course, I will do that right now. Now.
And Terry asks him, "Who are you and where are you from?"
I am a citizen of the Ventuvian Empire, you fucking savages!
Just waits for the Demir's reaction.
He's saying that out loud. Demir basically translates.
Oh yeah, he
we can just
shouts.
imply Demir.
He
We can
shouts
just imply
everything.
that anything he says out loud, Demir is gonna translate immediately. Let's just assume that. 'Cause
Being a
that'd be the easiest.
DM and coming up with names for characters and places is pain, because
Yeah.
it's
Pain.
hard to come up with names, and
You
then
start off
the
in a losing
moment
battle.
the
That's really
moment
what
the moment I first of all, it's hard to come up with names, but then the moment you come up with a name, you know the players are going to just twist it
Make fun
and
of
make
it.
fun of it in some way.
That has never happened before.
Never.
Ever.
I don't know what you're
Ever.
talking about.
Especially not in
It's
our
not
group.
happening on stream, so it isn't real.
Ah, yes, of course. How
Post
foolish
something
of
in
me, you fucker. All right, but that is what he shouted. He's a citizen of the Ventuvian Empire. Calls you savages again.
Yes,
Release me!
my probing, it's working. What else should I ask?
What's his name? I haven't down his green man in my notes. I kind of want to update this.
Emery's kind of like, puts their fingers on their temples, like, very concentrating.
He actually says, I assume Terry asks his name?
Yeah.
Yeah. He actually, this is what happens. Terry and Demir, what you hear is him saying, "Fuck you, savages," while Emrys, who's reading his mind, says, "My name is Orlo Malius, you fucking savages! Fuck you if I'm gonna tell you my name."
His name is what? I'm sorry.
Orlo Malius.
Orlo. Orlo, I am inside your head.
Well, no, you don't actually read his mind.
I was gonna say,
Terry.
I would.
Right. You're right.
We
No,
got
I
like
mixed up.
3 guys inside this man's mind.
Yep.
He's freaking tweaking.
Well, I mean that I would also like. I mean, would I know his name, or would I just know that he's withholding his name?
No, because you read the surface thoughts, because you're still reading the surface thoughts.
Oh, yeah, true.
And
yeah,
he immediately, when his name was asked, he immediately thought, "This is my name, but fuck you, savages, if I'm going to tell you."
Emrys
I just want to
relays
make this clear. So Terry is speaking. Just for everyone watching, Terry is speaking to the creature telepathically, and then its thoughts are being read by Emrys, but it is only speaking out loud, which then Demir has to understand.
Yes.
Yes,
Yoho and
which is
Yoho
why
and Callahan
me
just
and
watching.
Callahan are just sitting here going, "Nah?"
Yep. Just hearing a lot of grunting noises.
We're just like super supportive of the whole thing. We're like, yeah, that's our boys. Like they're in there.
So try asking him
Some of them
why
literally.
they're here. What is their purpose? Like,
Emrys
They-
relays his name, yes. Why he's here? I will ask.
Hi, Arlo.
when
Callahan.
when Emrys relays the name, and then Callahan says, "Hi, Orlo," immediately Emrys, the first thing that comes to his mind is, "Oh fuck, do they know my name?"
He is surprised. worried.
Ask him
Between
with
his
the
name.
3 wacky digits at the back.
Oh my
And the
god.
expiry date.
Orlo, we know everything about you, except one thing. Tell us why you're here. What do you want? And we will show you mercy.
Emerus,
Yeah.
what you hear is, I can't tell them about the mission. They can't know. We must return. I must the legate. I must return to the legate. I must. They know too much. These creatures are powerful.
He is withholding information about a mission. I will probe further.
I'll be honest, I don't care what he's withholding, we're keeping him.
He's ours now.
My man Green, he's with us. He's with us for life now.
Emery just kind of says out loud, what is your mission? And then kind of, hopes that their telepathy is what's, causing these responses, even though it doesn't seem to them like it is.
Wink, wink, Terry. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Sorry, what? I was still thinking
What
about
is the
what Callahan said about keeping it.
Emrys wants to ask what is the mission.
Okay, so Terry will say, "You can't hide from us. We will do it one way or the other."
Fuck you! Fuck you! The Empire! The Empire will rise! We are the rightful rulers of this branch! Glory to the Empire!
Tell us the
This is on
mission,
you!
Orlo.
Fuck you!
The
I'm gonna tell you the mission! Emerus!
Tell us.
Emerus, he said, fuck you if I'm going to tell you the mission. Emerus, the thing you hear is, we must bring back the city. We must bring back the Empire.
Emrys relays this to the group. The mission is to bring back the city, bring back the Empire.
What empire, Orlo? You're nothing. You're a tiny little man.
Hi! He actually looks at the dwarf and spits towards Terry. I am a proud scout of the Vendorian Empire, the Goblin Master Ace. We will conquer this branch once again. You savages! You savages! Only Demir is understanding what he's saying, by the way.
Demir is
Messages
Demir is
went
like
there.
both saying this out loud, and while he's like translating, he's also writing these keywords like goblin, branch, like.
If only I was paying more attention to Rand's Twitter feed, I would have known this was going to be the twist.
I feel like
My
Demir is
man's
also
on there
like,
every day. Okay, so he's a tall goblin, effectively.
A Talblin.
A Toblin.
Goblong, you might say.
I am going to kill every single one of you.
We also now know that
He's gonna TPK us. You said it first.
we now know that he's a scout, so he's probably bottom row.
Yeah.
We could promote him into our own army, but we give him
Maybe-
head scout. So he's
Maybe we should ask him about details of their fortifications at the ruin, how many there are,
What a branch.
Do we
is.
know? So
what these branches are.
I'm gathering is that they're aliens. So did your man Jason? Did he build like a Stargate, and they're coming out?
I do not
that's-
understand. I do not understand what this Stargate reference is.
There
It
actually, there are no
sounds-
stars in Telia, so we don't even know what
Yeah.
Stargate would be. It's
Maybe this is where the gate leads to. So I'm going to presume it's not
Oh.
that. This, so they didn't come out of a portal.
Well, Jack.
Am I missing It's just me thinking that the elves are just hanging out together by the monkey bars again.
Jack just shrugs. Well, I don't know what Jason was on about. He just said something about a bridge, and then he got too excited and jumped in. I don't know if he died. I don't know if he became one of these things. I have no idea. We do know a bit about the fortifications that they're building. Ula over there managed to get not too far in, but a bit of a ways in. But what she did see was that they're slowly, more of them are slowly coming out of that ring thing every day.
Then it's probably pertinent that we find a way to close this portal.
Yes. Perhaps we could ask about this device. See what he knows.
I don't know why you're saying that. You're the one who's been doing the asking, are you not,
Yes.
Embers?
No particular reason. Just making sure everyone knows what I intend to do, which I will be doing. Me, no one else.
I just like to imagine Emerus is like standing in front of this guy, and then just the shadow of Terry behind Emerus with glowy eyes. Yada yada does it.
It's like a stand.
Oh my god, the Terry stand. Yes.
No, Terry is Emery's stand.
Yeah. So what do you ask, Terry?
I keep asking about the Empire. When were you here?
Emrys was specifically saying to ask about the ring, by the way.
About the ring?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Okay. The ring, Orlo? Where is the ring?
We know where the ring is. We want to know what it is.
Yeah, but just asking about it, it will trigger the thought, wouldn't it not?
True.
You know nothing, Emerus. You hear? In your mind, he's thinking, they know about the bridge! Oh no! They know about the bridge! They can't stop the bridge! We need it! We need to bring the army! We need to bring the whole army! We must complete the mission, and we need the whole army!
The ring is a bridge for bringing that army. How do we stop the bridge? Which I'm asking hypothetically, of course. Voicing my thoughts.
He
So
shakes
everyone
his...
knows what I'm asking.
Yeah, he shakes his head. I'm just gonna assume that Terry asks.
Yeah.
He shakes his head and goes, "You fools! You can't stop us now." And then he thinks, "Even if I knew, I wouldn't tell you fuckers. You savages will burn. Our magicians are too powerful."
He doesn't know how to stop the ring.
Maybe, yeah.
Perhaps we could ask about his race, what he is, if there's anything we can exploit.
He's a proud citizen of the Empire.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so Terry will say, "You are only a filthy green little man. We are strong. We are pink and red and blue."
Big! I'm bigger than you fucking pigskin! We proud goblins, the first race. We owned this. We were here far before you savages even were born, and we will rule. Yes. Hail the glory! Hail the vampire! Glory! I'm getting tired.
Did he say hail the vampire?
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Hail the empire!
Oh, okay.
Glory to the empire. That's
that
what
was
I was.
more
Perhaps
sense.
it's
I
an
was like, whoa.
empire of vampires.
You don't
can
know.
Ah,
I-
yes,
uh,
the vampire.
So hearing that, can I
I
make a
hear
check?
Rad scribbling new notes in the background, like just
Make
Vampire
goblin
Empire.
vampires.
The vampire.
Yes,
Are
Callahan.
goblins, are they known at all? Like, is there...
You never
Sorry.
heard of the term?
Okay, so
Could
I've never heard of green men.
Nope.
Jesus, okay.
Yes.
I think it's only fair that we, like, he's clearly getting out of breath. Can I, if I offer him some of my calispam, do you think that'll interrupt your mind probing jibber jabber?
Not particularly. He is being interrogated mentally, so he is not particularly required to speak out loud.
Can I hold up some food and like mimic eating and then offer it to the guy?
Okay, he looks at you and shouts, "You think I'm gonna be a fool and get poisoned? You savages!"
So as that gets relayed through the chain, Callan takes a bite of it, then gets another bit and he's like, "Look, it's all good, bro."
You can't fool me! Your food is disgusting! It's nothing like the glorious, glorious goblin food that we get. I miss it. I miss Mom.
What? I ask him inside his head, what is goblin food?
We're getting a bit sidetracked.
What do you mean, what's goblin food? Goblin food is goblin food.
He's got you there, bro.
What's your favorite dish?
Oh, scrambled manticore eggs. Beautiful, tasty.
Oh, we could probably get those fairly handily. Like, do you want to let him know that there is a manticore around?
There
I'm,
is? We
I'm
did
gonna
see
go
one.
hunting for a goblin's breakfast.
Hey, look, guys. I want to follow it, so so we're going with this. This is what Callan's new goal is.
Abe puts his axe to the goblin's neck. Alright, so are we not getting any more information from him? Can I just cut his head off?
Absolutely and utterly not. As far as I'm concerned, this is an ambassador of some freaky, weird, amazing little green people.
That slaughtered a tribe of elves for no reason.
Don't know if there was no reason, but you do raise a good point. So I'm thinking, look, my friend Abe, and I feel rash in saying friend, obviously. Is it? Do you follow Maul? Are you familiar with Maul?
Aye,
I
devout
taken out one of
follower.
my. Huh?
Devout fowler. Fowler, yes, devout fowler. Devout fowler.
I'm a representative of the Church of Maul.
Aye, I can see that.
Thank you. Most people don't, so it always comes as a great pleasure when people do notice. I go to great lengths to make it part of my main personality traits. I'm thinking of maybe just trying to up and at him, convert him, or help him atone and shit.
Look, I don't fucking give a shit about this one. I give a shit about the hundreds of other ones that are probably coming out.
Well, I don't care about them. Hey, go ham. Like, I have no problem with you beating on these like innocent little green people because they're not innocent; they're monsters. Orlo Malleus, on the other hand,
This one probably isn't innocent.
No, probably not. But we're gonna help him see the error of his ways. Isn't that right, Orlo Malleus? And I point at him with my finger and really let it.
And you see him bare his fangs at you while Emerus hears, "Why is this thing pointing at me? Is he casting foul magic? No!"
we could ask him if he had anything to do with it and deliver justice as relevant.
Do
I
we want to
believe
actually
that-
know?
I believe that keeping him alive is in our best interests right now.
Thank you,
This
Keanu.
is sounding like a threat that, despite the fact that our new acquaintances would probably want to keep it quiet due to their acquaintance's hand in this problem occurring,
Jack,
we will need to ask help.
Jack raises his hands. Look. We're not trying to hide our involvement in this. Thing is, Abe here wants to attack them and switch off the ring as fast as we can. Aye! The more of them fuckers are coming out, the more of these villages and tribes are going to be attacked, and who knows what an army of them can do.
Yes, I know this is an incredibly pressing matter. As we were leaving the fort back there, seeing as we came to this area behind you, it seemed an army was marching from Westreach to this direction. If we go back, we might be able to rendezvous with them before they leave and have more people to help us deal with this problem if we were up against an army ourselves.
Jack looks towards Uda, who just looks at him. I told you telling someone was the best idea. This isn't our problem.
And if you guys are going, would you be willing enough to take Tiny Child with you? And I gesture towards Tiny Child.
She's still asleep.
She's
I'd
still
probably be
asleep.
sticking near her while
I
all this
thought-
is happening.
Yeah, she's still asleep. Yeah. I thought you meant we would all go back to Bayfield.
I was saying that we would all probably head back to Bayfield. I think that dealing with this problem is more important than either of our potential obligations in regards to the ruins.
I thought maybe it might be handy to scope out the other entrances. So if you visited the first site, I might have missed if you said you visited any of the other sites, but it'd be handy to know what's happening in the other positions.
Jack walks over to you and he opens up a scroll, which has some drawings on it. So, all right, so this is a sketch of the area.
Ooh, look at this map!
Oh, map!
This is just it's just a
We're
basic
on
sketch
the
of,
map.
of the
I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map,
I'm
I'm the map.
Okay.
He points to the circle on top. Right, this is the tribe that was attacked. This here, and he points to Site 4. This place seems to be flooded. We didn't get too far. This place, and then he points to Site 1. This is where they're coming from. This is where the ring is. These other places, this one just seems to be a crypt of some sort. We didn't give it too much time because then Jason started his research in Site 1. And then the Site 3, let's just say we didn't actually go in because there was this dangerous looking thing at the entrance, and then we thought, let's leave it for last, shall we? Then we decided they're all in the ground, by the way. Then there's this this crevice here, which has the entrance to Site 1. It's a side entrance. There's the main entrance to Site 1, and then there's this underground side entrance that goes past an underground river, and then into Site 1. Now, I didn't mention this before, but then he looks at the little girl. These green things, they did take prisoners from the tribe. I personally believe that we should go in, rescue the prisoners, turn off the ring if we can, and then get out as fast as we can.
Player question, real quick.
Yeah.
Could I get a grasp of how many there were when they attacked the village from my survival check earlier? Just like a rough estimate.
What was your survival check?
I think that was like the 25.
Oh yeah, the 25. You get the general idea that at least the ones that attacked were at least 20 to 30.
20 to 30.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And you do hear Abe go, "Look, we're gonna do something. So while there's not a lot of them,
Yes.
and we're strong, we can break through them, we can fuck them up, and we can just end this. Just, I don't know how to turn that thing off, but if it's magic, I can just hit it very hard and it'll break. At least that might do something."
If it is magic, I can potentially turn it off. I am very
There we
much in
go!
the agreement that we should make sure we're all prepared and then try and at least turn this thing off as soon as possible. I mean, who knows what might happen in the very days it would take to go get this army if
Yes.
they're even still there.
I like the. Look, I always liked you Oni folk. I always loved your lad bastards. And immediately the elf goes. She's actually showing more emotion than she's been showing this whole time. This isn't our problem. We can just go back, talk to the guild, talk to, I don't know, Westreach. They'll send an army. They'll deal with it themselves. This isn't our problem. We're pathfinders, as she's looking at the other ones. We're paid to explore things and kill monsters, not armies. And you, I'm pretty sure, you aren't paid for this. You're not going to risk your lives for this. So let's just go and warn the authorities, or whatever the hell, and get done with it. And you do see that they start arguing with each other.
I have a feeling this is what they were arguing about before we came across them.
I believe we should go in to help, and this will go in to destroy the portal and see who we can rescue.
Yes, I think that was my thought. We finish our rest and regain our slots and disembark.
I am very doubtful that unless this green army begins to siege past the these wilds and into Westreach, I am doubtful that they will care much at all.
See? Uda. Some folk here are more compassionate and braver than you. She just flips him off.
Having said that, we should not attempt to run in without a plan. And this should only be something we can do if we have feasible means of succeeding.
And Jack smiles. I have a map of the ruins.
That would be a good help.
Right.
We would need to approach without being detected. We would need to enter the ruins without being detected, or at the very least, cutting off anyone who does detect us.
Yeah.
And
Jack
have some knowledge of what their movements are, what their organization is. If they are rallying an army, as you say, are they occupying the ruins in their entirety? Are they gathering outside them?
Seems like, from what we gather, we've been keeping a watch on them. So far, they've been staying inside the ruins. Their numbers are probably not big enough to need to be staying outside. For now.
That is a problem then, as if the ruins are occupied, then heading in ourselves could prove difficult.
Well, and you see him take out another scroll and puts it down on the floor, unscrolls it, and you see this. All right, so this is a rough sketch I made because we did explore these particular ruins while Jason was still with us, but so here's what we know. Uda went in, and she has some, means of disguising herself and sneaking around. She's really good at that kind of stuff, aren't you, Uda? She just flips him off again. And he points here. Right, so these red X's are what Uda knows are their patrols in this area. This is the side entrance, and then there's the main entrance, which they blocked off here. This is the main entrance that's completely blocked off. They have patrols here, patrol here, and this is a river, an underground river. Then the ruins. We have the ruins here, and we have this circle here, which I'm pretty good at drawing circles apparently. Is the ring.
All right.
Uda spotted this nifty little passage here that we know leads into this chamber.
That would be useful for slipping through. We could potentially even avoid both patrols nearby if we enter through the river. Or at the very least, we could attempt to dispatch of the patrols and complete our work before their absence is noticed.
Unless you want to swim, we can't really come in from this side. Unless you have some way of going underwater for a while.
Not personally myself. So, if we do make it through this tunnel, then there are 2 rooms, and the ring is in the second room.
Yeah, there's this raised platform with some pillars on it.
The question becomes then, how do we disable or destroy the ring?
We break
while
it!
There are with physical force. Will that work?
Probably.
I could try dispelling it first, and if that doesn't work, then
You could try
force
combining
work.
dispel magics if you want.
Whatever the case, we are obviously not entirely sure how to destroy it. In which case, what we should be worried about is buying as much time as possible for us to try whatever we need to try. So, how we can see that there are 2 other entrances. How will we, and the portal included, so that actually makes 3. How will we block off these entrances, or otherwise prevent aid from coming? Otherwise, we can be sure their numbers will overwhelm us. Given how many we know are in this army.
It's the problem. We don't know how many there are by this point.
Well, that's exactly the point. We know that there are far too many for us to fight if we were to simply fight them head on, which is why we have to avoid
Far
them.
too many for us to fight? Listen, laddie. We're strong. They don't seem to be that tough. Look, this one, I just punched him. and he fell down, unconscious. They're a bit organized, aye. But apart from that, they're probably not much to worry about. At least
Then
not
why did you not intervene when they were attacking
because
the village?
there's just 3 of us. But with all of us here, aye.
Even so, we should still do whatever we can to ensure our success,
Aye, sure.
which means we should attempt to buy as much time as possible and draw patterns in the corner
Mhm.
of the map.
Good job, Seb.
What?
Yeah, anyway, what Emery's is asking, in case, because I don't know how many people have their brains on at the moment,
My brain is on.
because my voice is very dry at the moment. I
I turned my
apologize.
brain off a while ago, so
Yeah, basically, Emery's is saying, we're gonna. The plan is we're gonna do whatever we can to destroy this ring, but there are other like entrances. We need to, do something to, stop them from getting to us while we're trying to do our thing. Because otherwise, we'll just end up in a head-on fight with them. And to like ensure our escape afterwards. What are we gonna do to do that?
Hmm.
Right. I want to say one thing. As a DM, I will not give you a plan. So whatever you guys
Yeah,
decide,
obviously.
these NPCs will follow with the plan. They might give you some suggestions if the plan is ridiculously stupid for them. But apart from that, they'll go with what you within reason. Yeah. So you are the tacticians here.
Do we know? I'll just ask this out of character because I'll tell it too long. Do we know where the prisoners are being kept?
No.
Okay. Because one option is to the elf, is it, who can disguise as one of them? Have her, go in and do the classic "I'm bringing you prisoners" and get in that way, and then just we
Classic.
mainly have to work out how to break out.
No, she can turn her armor to look like theirs and put a bit of cover up her face as best as she can. But that's why she didn't go. We don't know the thing is, past this guard here, we don't know anything because she didn't want to risk it going too far.
Yeah.
If they discovered her past this point.
does Orlo know?
He's still
I mean-
angrily looking at the food that you so disrespectively tried to offer him, you savage.
There's just
I'm gonna
There's
offer him again. He's clearly hungry. Like he's looking at it.
all right.
He did want to. He would have been looking.
Let's focus. So there's only to just clarify, there's only the one real entrance in, right? There's the flooded one, the super dangerous one, and then
Well, those are different areas.
Yeah,
This
those
is
are different
just,
areas. However,
this is-
they didn't. The dangerous one and the flooded one. They did not go inside, so they don't know if there's any passage that links to this place, like any secret passage. There might be. But...
Yeah, but that might take a little bit too long to investigate.
Yeah.
We
It's a
are.
bit of a
but
shame as well.
I'm just kind of wondering if, not necessarily brute force, but if it's worth to just kind of send just kind of go in the vanguard and just basically try and get Demir and whoever the strongest one is, trying to get us to the gate as quick as possible and turn that off.
We need to worry. What we need to worry about most is getting out. Like, if we're just going on a suicide mission to turn off the gate, like, that's pointless.
Don't
Well, it's
call
not
it
pointless, but, like,
suicide. We can just fucking fight our way out.
Well, I mean, the 3 lads can always cause a distraction outside there to draw any negatives away from us, and then once a big enough crowd, you can just haul ass, because you guys probably know how to traverse forest better than these guys do. Which will really, like, that'll lower down the numbers of like threats that are against us.
Yeah.
I can go in with Demir because I'm packing tons of healing stuff. Ideally, we all go in, like, because we all bring a lot to the table for that sort of thing. I can
We
get a
are.
bunch of utility spells ready, and go almost like zero combat, and just really be there for like healing, empowering, or like the like enhanced ability spell, find traps. I don't know if locate object probably isn't handy because we know where the thing is anyway. I have silence as well, so that can help us in terms of like.
But I was just saying, like, unless we take the time, which is a valid option, it just means, you know, taking the time to do it. But unless we take the time to figure out a different path in, like maybe exploring one of those other paths to see if there's an easier way to get in or something like that. But besides the possible, is that what this thing is, a path between that room and the river? Is that what we're saying?
It's a hidden path. It's a hidden path, but it wasn't used. They haven't tried it. I don't know if it actually works or not, but they know
Right.
there's a hidden path there.
Yeah, I mean, because that's really unless we could figure out and determine that is a viable path through, which we can try and take the time to figure that out. There aren't really many options, and if they're guarding the entrance, it's not like we're not going to really be able to do a try and sneak by, or our best option would kind of be like Dust was saying, to try and divert some attention to get some people to go out. But then in that case, we're also lowering our manpower inside, which if we need to fight our way out, which we almost certainly will definitely put us at disadvantage.
Well, the river isn't a concern though, at all. I have water walk. Like if it's a concern of crossing the river, provided it isn't that big, we just make a beeline past it.
I think the passage is under the water. Underwater, I think it is, right?
No, it's not under the water.
No, it's not.
The problem was that we couldn't approach from. Let me ping.
From the north
How do I ping
entrance.
again?
It's just click. You just click and hold. Like this. There we go.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
gotcha.
we couldn't approach
This
from
area
here
is flooded. Yeah.
because it was just water. But if we have water walking, then we might be able to.
And what was the problem with here? Is this?
There's a scout.
Here is the entrance from the crevice.
Well, that shouldn't be too much of a concern if there's no one really if there isn't much guarding it. If it's a small force guarding it, we can easily get the drop on it. Like even without using spells, Callan's pretty tanky, and then has enough cantrips to kind of like back up anyone, and then just really focus again on healing and spare the dying and all that kind of crap, you know. Like I think we can go in. We can go in pretty fast. But that's at least one option. The other option would send the was either all of us or three of us go back, or the three rather go back, get the army and bring them back over here, which I think should always be on the table. And should be the thing that we do after we destroy the ring.
Yeah,
Because even if they're not killed, like if we do destroy the ring, they're still there. They still have prisoners. And at the very least, we can be like, okay, maybe we can work something out. Long game, it could work really well with Natalia being like, yo, got some green people. Some Ventuvians.
I mean, I think, yeah, like if the kind of reason we're thinking let's not try and go get the army right away or something like that is because they're just going to keep pouring out of this portal. So if, at the very least we can get rid of it and stop it.
The portal,
at least it's
the portal is honestly like my big concern here. And there's,
Yeah,
like,
and
this
so
big
once we
drain
get
thing.
that and we get ourselves out, then we can probably be like, yeah, maybe we should get the army to come in here and Deus Vult these guys.
But I don't think we can go Deus Vult. I think it might be better to have like a more positive relationship, because if we destroy the ring, they don't have a way back. So they'll, and I'm sure Annie could have like
Well, that's
tormental
something
body.
that's something we can figure out once
That's
if we
that's
succeed.
tomorrow's problem. Yeah, that's session 30. But if we do the thing where the three guys, unless we want the three guys to go in with us,
I mean, I'm
Um,
of the mindset that we should probably have, especially if we're going to have to fight our way out, that more firepower is probably better. I mean,
yeah, that's okay. The concern there for me is that if we have too many people, we run a higher risk of fucking up stealth. Or
I will say, Emrys could be useful for, like, um, if we're able to pull this off quickly, because Emrys could, like, sleep and or calm emotions, just any group we run into, and we just, like, do our thing.
oh no, yeah, I think the five of us are essential to pull this off.
yeah, and we could for sure do like minor illusion and stuff like that, like or make noise. Like we could try and lure like initial guards
Also,
out.
Another like strategy. So we're entering from here. There's this small room here, but we probably wouldn't expect many to be in here. So the main kind of thing we should be worried about are any coming from here and from the portal. We can't really stop them coming from the portal. We're trying to destroy that as possible, but any coming from here, Emrys could try and stop by just like plonking down a Hunger of Hadar right here.
Yes.
And just like stopping, and then they won't come through there. I mean, well, they can, but they wouldn't. It wouldn't be good for them.
Yeah, there's plenty.
Okay,
there for
that sounds like we go through the river, through the secret passage. You do
Yeah.
that, and then as they are dealing with the Hunger of Adar, we can go back the secret passage again.
Yeah. So just to make sure, do we want the three to go with us, or do we want the three to distract them, flee,
I think we
and
all
get
go
the armor?
together.
Because my idea is
Yeah.
if they distract everyone, they can run back towards the army, and even though it'll be 2 days at the very least, the army will be going back knowing that the ring is hopefully destroyed, and we have reinforcements coming as soon as possible.
I mean, if we get this done like quickly as we were wanting to, then there's no reason we can't just then go after the army anyways. Like if we
My
have all
concern is-
7 of us, we can get it done quicker. And like, are we expecting like a matter of like hours or to be that big of a difference? Like, I mean, especially if we don't have their extra manpower and it's just the 5 of us and we all die, then
Actually,
Don't
yeah,
even
you know what? I think we should probably take everyone. I personally don't really trust the other three, but that's just.
Oi!
So I'm saying this quiet.
Yeah,
Eavesdrop
no,
me on fucking conversations. Get your own get your own high level perception there, pal. Fucking hell, you think you have a shtick, and then this dwarf guy shows up. I'm thinking that is a good idea. I don't trust them. I'm thinking that's case scenario. Myself, maybe Demir, and then Emrys at the very least have sending.
have sending, but
You're sending. So
at the very least we can like contact. I mean, heck, even as we're doing this, we can contact
we could contact. I would personally.
Natasha or whoever.
Oh, she's a good one because my first.
Or even the person like the elf leader.
That
and
was
who's
going
by
to
the
be
fort.
Callahan's first thought is contacting Ugak. He seems like the best guy, but I know they don't treat the elves too well there.
I mean, at the very least, if he is aware, and then we also maybe let Natasha know who's somewhere in Westreach, which is the closest like major bastion of civilization, and then we can basically at least there'll be people who kind of are aware of the problem, while we try and at least stop the problem from getting worse, like stopping the bleeding, and then if necessary, we can then leave the area and give kind of our full report beyond the limited sending stuff.
Perfect.
Guys,
I'd
just
be happy to.
quickly out of character, how do you think Natasha will react when we tell her we are working with the Pathfinders?
We don't say that is what we do.
We're not really working with the Pathfinders. Some Pathfinders fucked up, and I'm sure if we tell them that we won't let everyone know that they were 100% responsible for the almost near genocide, the TPK of this fucking village,
Yeah.
and the release of the Ventuvians. As blessed as we are to have Orlo Malleus in our midst, like it looks really fucking bad. You know what I mean? Like this is the highest level. And I say this a little louder, being like, this is the highest level of incompetency. Is releasing a nigh on alien threat of biblical proportions.
Orlo is like still here, by the way.
Yeah.
We haven't.
Orlo's going nowhere. He's with me. Okay, I'm still trying to work in how I'm gonna have him.
No.
I'm trying to figure out how I can work him in as one, not a minion, sidekick. One is a sidekick, and two, how to have him with us on the mission without him alerting everyone. It's still in the weeds.
I think.
Let's be honest.
I think,
Let's be honest. Sarcastrophe here only wants Orlo around in case Callahan dies, so he can play Orlo.
Orlo will 100% take the mini book of Maul with him. That's gonna be my hallmark character trait.
Wow.
So,
the real reason, right? As our DM just said when we learned about Orlo's race, apparently goblins don't exist in this world. So in order to play a goblin character, this is his only chance. He needs
This is
to
my
keep
only chance. Yeah,
this only goblin alive so that he can play him as a character.
absolutely, guys.
okay. So jokes aside, I think what we could do is, I mean, we don't necessarily have to tell. We could just report back to these people, and we can just explain the situation. Like, we can even specify the Pathfinder's open a Pathfinder. Let's be clear, a Pathfinder opened it or whatever. But we could basically.
Yeah, I mean, we can just say like the path. Unfortunately, the Pathfinders were there already.
Yeah, I mean, we just kind of explain the situation and say, hey, this is the preliminary steps we're taking, but might need an army, and then we can just kind of go in with the plan we kind of outlined to try and go through the secret passage and take care of that issue. And then once we are done with that and we're successful, then we can give a further report and basically kind of retouch base and say, hey, we were successful, or no, we weren't, or we're all dead and we make new characters and none of this even matters.
We make goblin characters.
I don't need to make a new character. I've got mine tied up right now. No, I think
characters will be a part of this empire and will be an evil campaign.
So I'm thinking
we can tell Natasha that we can tell her about the plan, and we tell her if she doesn't get any news from us in a day or two, then she can sound the alarm or something like that.
Well, in that case, just assume the worst if she doesn't hear back.
Yeah.
It's because I know two of us have sending, and it's very possible that like we succeed and we survive, and the people who happen to know sending die. But at the very least, at least it would be like a. I'm just saying. In
maybe
that case,
we run
at
out of
least even if
is that not more likely?
even if that happens, then hey, Natasha or whoever thinking that we failed when we actually did. I mean, that in that case, that's just kind of maybe like a bit of an overreaction or something. Like it's fine. Like, but I think just basically we can say, yeah, if you don't hear back from us in 2 days, like assume the worst, which is that we failed and we're all dead.
Okay, well, very least
I think the worst would be the Goblin Empire, ravaging this side of the world.
Well, us failing will help the Goblin Empire ravage this side of the world. I mean, let's be clear. Like,
so are we satisfied with the current plan of attack? So we're just all going to start heading down now, with
Well,
Tiny
I think
Child
finish our
and
rest
Orlo.
so we can get our spell slots back in full.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, no. Obviously, yeah. We're gonna rest. But first thing in the morning.
Yeah. No, I think that's good. First thing in the
Jack-
morning, and basically, Leroy Jenkins is.
Jack points at the little girl. I'm gonna assume she's not part of your party.
Tiny Child. No, she's more temporary ally.
Huh.
We'll have to just leave her here and at least try and convince her to try and stay hidden and safe. I mean, obviously, she can't go anywhere near this place.
Suppose I can tell my dog to stay with her.
You have a dog?
Yeah, I did describe that there was a dog sitting by the
Yes.
scout. Before.
Callahan is so perceptive that he only was looking at the
The
green
scout.
guy.
humanoids.
The green guy.
Yeah. I was
I
taking
don't
all of
think
his
we can
features. No, I definitely missed that. Yeah, if you want to leave your dog, who I did not factor into any of my plans, with the girl, that'd be perfect.
Or we could leave the girl alone for a couple hours while all the
Bruh,
goblins are focused on us and the
Bruh.
attacking party.
we're not bringing a dog with us to a goblin-infested place.
That's
Clearly, the dog is badass if it's here with the Pathfinders and is able to survive. as
Question:
opposed-
Is the dog wearing a belt?
That fucking dog's wearing a
Is it a
belt.
collar? Is it what color is the collar?
the dog does indeed have a belt as a
God
collar.
damn it.
Yes.
God
yes.
damn it.
It is a white collar.
Pathfinder dog.
Pathfinder dog, yes. It is indeed.
So,
It reminds me of the Kakashi dogs that he summoned. You know.
Oh yeah.
I/Shamir is in the mindset that, we might as well try and bring in full force, and especially if we start making a ruckus and they start knowing there's attack, there's not going to be some goblins that come out and go hunting for and exploring for people in the forest or potentially find this girl. Like, in those hopefully brief hours that we're gone, they're probably going to be focused on, stopping us.
Yeah.
And that I wouldn't be concerned about making sure the girl is protected or anything, as long as we were able to just try and convey the best to them, that to stay hidden and stay here, and
what
that.
are we going to do with the goblin while we are in the process of attacking the base? A thing that he will not want us to do.
I mean, Demir's honestly kind of fine with
That's not on the table, bro. That's not on the table. Ran, can I make a check to kind of like figure out a way?
To what?
Like, can I make a check to see if there's anyone to keep this man like under wraps so I can come back and collect him?
I mean, we could bound him, we could tie him up and gag him and blind him, and then knock him out right before we leave.
I mean, he's
Without lethal
hog-tied
damage.
currently, so seems secure
Yeah, but
enough.
does he look like the type of fella who could get out of a hog tie?
You have no idea. He looks like it. Have you met many goblins?
No, but I've seen a fair few humanoids.
Well, this seems to be
Humanoids.
one of those other humanoids. You don't know if he has some ace up his
Guys, this
sleeve.
is more simple. This is much more simple. Who do you think would win in a fight, the dog or the goblin? And then we just
I'm
leave them.
worried. I'm worried the little girl is gonna like whip out a shiv and just go to town. Like, that's my big fear. And we're gonna come back. I'm gonna find
not
Orlo
wait
dead, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. Orlo is just my new Frankie of the next arc.
Let's just.
That's how I feel.
I just advocate for, the goblin
Mercy.
has just helped do genocide. Demir's pretty pissed about that. Demir's not exactly feeling room for mercy, especially considering the fact that they're about to go in and probably kill a bunch of goblins to try and destroy a gate, knowing that the goblins will probably all be killed eventually anyways. Like, Demir's not kind of getting hung up about the morals of this one goblin prisoner.
We can kill this one and get
Yeah.
Callahan a new goblin.
Emrys is also
Yeah.
like,
No, we're not getting Callan new. No, because Callan, the way Callan's saying it is like, if in combat, what we're doing will be fighting for our lives. He's not gonna fucking execute someone.
If you don't want to execute him, I can do it for you, lot. And he
No,
just
we're
puts his
not
axe to the goblin's neck again.
No, I'm gonna wave Abe away. Like Abe, your anger is misdirected. I need
I
you.
think
My
I need
anger
you to
fuels
keep this
me.
anger. I need your anger. I appreciate it fuels you, man. I respect the grind, but I need you to keep it with you right now because I need you to
Callahan,
go
is your
ape
mercy
shit.
misplaced? Do you think that perhaps you are unjustly putting this mercy upon a creature that deserves none? That it is perhaps not the correct time and place?
Aye. I've seen these fuckers kill women and children as they were trying to run away. Defenseless women and children. One of these fuckers.
This could very well be the same goblin that has killed the parents of this girl, and even if it is not the exact one, it was complicit. It was they all did this. I don't.
You can't execute someone for a crime that you not only do not know if they did do it. And
We could have him.
I'm not saying Orlo is innocent. All I'm saying is that we're not executioners. I know executioners. Like I've seen, like close friends getting prosecuted for all sorts of shit.
We can have Emrys ask the creature if it did killing, and then if it is indeed guilty, then I guess I understand why you're hung up on this. I mean, if we leave this creature be, we either have to leave someone or the dog behind to safeguard to make sure it doesn't do anything, or run the risk of abandoning it while alive, and then it pulls some shady shit we don't know about and potentially ruining our plan. Or alternatively, trying to take it with us on this raid and just get in the way. I just don't understand why this creature deserves mercy, and it's just not the logical standpoint to go from to trying to carry out this plan. Like,
Look,
I have to agree with Demir. Keeping it alive would impair what we intend to do, and it would impose a great risk upon us.
Jack goes in. How about we take it to a vote? Huh? Democracy, right?
I'd rather not. I feel like I'm gonna lose this vote very handily. And I know that dog is not to be trusted. I've seen how this guy looks at.
Hey. Brian here is a very well behaved dog. He listens to me and does everything I tell him to.
And that's why he's voting to kill.
Borf?
so out of character, I just wanna be on the record that Callahan was in favor of going to seek the dragon to take care of Ivy, but when it comes to killing a goblin that most definitely helped
Yeah,
slaughter a village,
but he doesn't want to
is,
adopt
that's where he's drawing the
Ivy.
line.
He's changing. It's like the difference between like killing like an innocent, or not innocent, but like a defenseless person. You know what I mean?
I believe Ivy was pretty
give the goblin a knife.
against Windscar, but okay, this is all out of character. I just
But then again, Ivy, yeah, it is out of character. I get that.
Jack goes, all right, how about this? Who here votes that we spare the goblin? Raise your hand.
Callan's hand obviously goes up.
Jack actually raises his hand.
Does Brian's hand? Brian's paw get raised?
Brian is currently snoozing next to Jack.
God damn, you named the dog after like a white guy and he doesn't even do anything.
Anyone else raise his hand? All right. Jack, no. All right. Who votes to kill the goblin? Abe immediately raises his hand. Uda doesn't vote.
Demir raises his hand, and also with the other one conjures a minor illusion to have another like fake hand pop up, like, and the one that's not voting, like right around the person who's not voting. Just
She glares at
Yoho's
you, Demir.
also not going to vote.
Okay. Who else is voting? So there's.
Can I just use dispel magic? I'm gonna.
on a cantrip.
I'm happy. Yeah, I mean, look, Callan's obviously gonna take that. Like that's. He's gonna take that. Actually, no. Do I have?
I don't know if you have the
I
spell
don't, have- I
magic.
don't, I don't even have a fucking prepared.
Yeah.
Do it.
Scalpel
You
still
do it
looks
anyway.
very angrily. You're like, man, that's fucked up.
Just wave your hand through the minor illusion.
Yeah. Just wave your hand through the minor illusions, just dissipates. Okay, who else is voting? So that's the Mir and Abe. Who else is voting?
Emrys is voting to kill.
Okay. Terry,
Murder.
are you kill or abstaining?
Terry says, I like the Mir's idea of figuring out if this goblin killed or not in the fight. Before making the decision, of course.
Limrus?
Detect thoughts again.
And Jack does say, listen, I like your friend here, and he points to Callahan. I like him a lot. Seems like a genuinely nice guy. But I'm not voting to spare the goblin because of his reasons. All I'm saying is much more worth getting one of these guys back to the city so we can just interrogate everything we can about the goblins.
That
That is true.
That is the position that I would take, which is why I was trying to suggest going back to the fort.
The question
Keep
is
him
what we
alive
do
until
with. Yes, the question is what we do with him. If we do keep him alive, what we do with him until we can bring him
Oh,
back.
Brian can tear his head off if he does anything.
Yeah, we can just tie him up and then throw him in jail when we get back to the fort.
What if the girl decides to kill him?
I do not think she's capable of it.
I've seen
If
elves
she
do some
decides
weird
to kill
shit.
him, if she decides to kill him, then
How old is this
that is how
girl?
it will be.
The girl seems to be around 4 or 5 years old.
I do not think she's capable of
Okay,
it.
yeah.
Jack, is there any way to ask Brian to not have the death of a sentient being lingering on an elf's mind for the next couple of centuries?
Sure, I can ask Brian not to let anyone harm the girl or the goblin. He's a smart boy, aren't you? And he farts.
Oh, true.
I'm hoping Brian just answers back in common, just be like, yeah, man, I am.
Yeah, it's good, man. It's just late. I need to sleep, so
Yeah.
yeah, it's fine. No, but Brian just farts as a response. That's a good boy.
So is this what we're going to do? Are we going to have the dog look after the goblin? Because I would very much like to just complete our rest so we can get on with this important mission.
Sure. This can't
How
help
far
then.
away is the fort from where we are, actually?
The fort is a day in.
Sorry, no, not the fort, the other one, the ruins.
Oh, the ruins. Jack, we can get to the ruins in about an hour or two.
Oh, shit, okay.
So I think we
That
can...
definitely that fucks up a few. Were a part of my plan.
What was your plan that?
The sending parts to alert the army to start coming in now, and to let Natasha know, because it'd be 2 weeks of sending.
I mean, we're gonna still finish our. This is like at the beginning of our long rest, right? This was like the 1st watch, basically.
Yeah.
Like we could basically burn our spell slots to send the sendings out, or whatever we need to do.
I don't
Finish
have
our
sending
rest, so-
prepared. This is the first time that I haven't had sending prepared as well.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying we could do that now and then finish our rest, and then we have
Yeah.
all our spell slots. We know exactly, like we can tailor our spells to fit this encounter about whatever we think we're gonna expect, for at least those of us that do prepare. And then basically first thing first, we head out and then try and get it. But at the very least, we send the sendings out like now, basically.
Do you have sending prepared now?
I don't know sending at all. I'm just saying I think you do, and I think Emrys does, right?
Emrys, how many sendings do you have?
Few. Hang on. Sorry.
All right, yeah, perfect. Emrys, would you be willing to take one for the team and send a few outgoing messages?
What am I saying? Who to?
Hey, bro, can I borrow your phone for a moment? I need to message my
Yeah, can I
mom.
Yeah. I want to make a few calls. Just how much credit do you have again? Thanks.
Yeah, we
Alright,
just need to inform some people about invaders from another dimension.
That's fine.
what does Callahan want Emrys to say?
It's 25 words or less.
Oh shit, it's 25.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let me just point something out because we're almost at the end of the session.
Uh-huh.
Is it worth for us offline to type out exactly what we want to send?
Oh no, I want the
And,
message now,
Yeah, I
and
was-
then I'm gonna consider ending the session. I want the sending now, motherfuckers.
All right, if we just don't say anything for the next 15 minutes, he has no choice.
You'd think that.
It's a hostage situation.
All right, so what's the message and who for? So first, who's the first message? Who's the first receiver? Recipient, whatever.
I suppose respectfully it should be Natasha.
Okay.
Natasha's
That-
probably
no,
in the
that'd
most
be-
position to
sorry, so-
host.
Yeah, so for Callahan, he would be like respectfully Natasha. I personally, I'm thinking the army. Like, I think they're doing a pretty. I imagine to be doing a bang up job. Are we sure? This is kind of like out of character. Ugak, yay or nay in terms of letting him? Like, we're friends with him, but will anyone listen?
I think yay, because he knows a lot more about these parts than we do. We might even know something about the
Oh,
goblin.
sure. If he names drops us to the West Reach army, fucking, we were all doing like really good things. Like Callan was off healing people every fucking day. So
I mean, I would say those two people, and then unless there's some third, I mean, I think those two people because one is potentially nearby with the army, and even if Ugak doesn't really have any pull, at least at the very worst, or I guess not the worst. The worst, he might not do anything, but potentially at least informs them, and they at least know of something, even if they don't necessarily believe him.
yeah.
Natasha at least has pull, and obviously our employer is important. And then unless there's some other person we could think of, I mean, I think those two are probably just fine.
I will say that Ugak, from what you saw, he doesn't seem to have a lot of pull with the army since, his people were kind of being oppressed.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I guess for me, informing
Yeah,
Ugak is
so
not
if he's
necessarily
friend.
expecting him to be able to get something done. It's more so that he's the only real person that we could potentially send it because, like, who are we going to do? Like, one of the two soldiers we spoke with at the fort and pissed off and hates our guts? Like,
Yeah, you can only
Yeah.
send a message to us soldiers you met, so.
yeah, that's kind of my thought. So, like, it's not
Yeah.
that necessarily I think he'll be able to get anything done, but it's like, hey, this is someone who's at least probably the best person we can that's close to us, even if it's still not necessarily they can probably do much. And then from Natasha's end, Natasha should at least be able to like get the ball rolling. And then if we have like a third or fourth sending spell or something, we can, reply, like send more replies and sending as needed. Probably more so to Natasha.
Okay, so tell me the message for Natasha, please, Emrys. I'm gonna be counting the 25 words.
Sorry, I was asking Callahan to like prepare the message because I'm like very zoned out at the moment. Sorry.
Oh, that's fair.
Um,
So Callahan, prepare the message.
Um,
And Emrys will say it word for word.
all right.
Oh boy.
one of the words will be a sneeze though.
There we go.
I'm trying to think. I'm after spending 9 years on a website padding out posts. How do I go against that natural instinct to not give you a 300 word?
You can do it, buddy.
I have faith in myself, I'm sure.
Just read a Gomu Marine SL where I say like maybe 5 words every 3 posts.
Ideal. That is an ideal partner right there. For sending, does the recipient know who's after receiving the message? Or who they're receiving the message from, rather?
No, unless they recognize a voice.
Natasha did meet Emrys, but it's fair to assume that they might not know them. So it's Emrys, update on the mission. Arrived at ruins. Unfortunately,
You're 10 in.
Finders opened portal to another world. Creatures came through. Going to close portal. Send help.
25. Perfect. Perfectly
Is it
sent.
25?
Yep.
Shit.
Perfect.
Fuck.
Perfect. 25. Okay.
All right,
So,
remove one because there's a sneeze in there too.
Yeah,
remember?
it stops
send.
at send, and then there's a
Send.
sneeze.
Achoo.
Achoo.
Okay. There's a moment of pause and silence, Emrys, and then you hear Natasha speak. This is how you say unfortunate.
You
What
can
is
say that
unfortunate?
again.
That is how you say it, yeah.
These are complicated matters. I will contact the Red Council about this. However, they will take ages as... And then the message ends because that's 25 words.
Emrys just like relays what she said.
That's a girl.
Alright. Now the message for Ugok.
What do you guys think? Fair enough to say the pretty much the exact same thing? Maybe remove the bit about Pathfinders because
Yeah.
there's no
I'd
need.
say something just like, "Hey, this is the guys. We got." I would specify that the village is destroyed, like the village we were sent
Your
to,
point.
because that's important for the elves.
Hey, it's
We
your
know the name of the
boy.
village, don't we?
Yes.
We know the name of the village. It was written on Jack's map of the area.
Oh, this was Obue, is it? Or the other one?
It's the one on
Was
top.
it the one on top? Cool. Which
Hoebo.
one's the one at the?
It's the
What's the one
Hoebo
at the
tribe. It's another tribe. The Ogabwe. These are the only 2 tribes in the area that Jack knows.
All right. Leave it at that. Yeah. Demir, did you have an idea of what? I like Demir's idea of what to say, of just being like, "Elf Village destroyed."
So, village is destroyed. That's 3.
We're like the village destroyed.
Oh, there we go, the mirror. Okay.
That is 25 words, by the way.
RB, I think you should be the one to read this out because you did put in all the legwork.
Okay. Read it out, Harvey.
This is Emerus from the other day. Village name, which I don't want to pronounce, is actually I guess it's only 24 words then. But the village name is completely destroyed by creatures coming from portal and ruins. Going to close portal. Wanted you to know. Achu.
Oh, there we go.
For the
25 words.
Perfect.
All right. Another
That's
moment,
right.
and then. What is this weird message in my head? How are you talking to me? I will confer with village elder about this.
Damn it.
When I... That's it.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Man. Because the first words you always need to say is send a reply in 25 words or less.
You have one more message if you want to send it. If you don't want to send it, that's that.
We could always
What do we
contact
think?
yours up.
I mean, I'm not
Yeah,
sure we're going to get more
Pass.
necessary. I would kind of hold it in our back pocket in case we get ambushed at night by some
Yeah.
outside creatures.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
All right.
Hey, Arthur Dane. We found a portal to a place where you can escape to after being framed for hiring that assassin. Just jump right in. It'll be fine. There's
They're
not an
really
goblin
pro
army
people.
waiting for you.
Response from Arthur Dane. Please send me your exact location right now. I will make sure that I will go right there and help you with everything I can.
Thanks, Arthur.
Exact
He-
location, please. That's 25 words.
Joke's on him, we only had one spell slot left. So.
All right, so you put up the dome then, and you turn in for the night to rest up and prepare for tomorrow's mission, however it may go. And that's, I feel, is the best place to end the session. This planning session leading into what's probably going to be a very action-packed session, or maybe not. Who knows? Maybe
I
there's just going
can't
to be
wait
diplomacy.
to TPK finally.
Oh man, that'll be so funny.
Can't you guys wait until session 30 so I can say we had 30 sessions? Come on, guys.
A nice even number.
Nice even number, exactly. All right.
It's alright because we're gonna get we won't die trying to destroy the portal because we'll actually go through the portal and then spend several sessions in whatever realm that is and then TPK.
Yes.
I was going to say,
terrifying.
based on how long we take to talk things through, probably next week's session would be walking to the ruins, and then we wouldn't actually made it to the session after that on session 30.
All right.
I mean, the thing is, like, the place is like an hour or so away. We can at least spend an hour, like, real time just talking, just play it out in real time.
I don't want
Just talk
to.
about shit. Nothing important, just shit.
I don't want to. All right. I'm gonna raid this time. I'm gonna raid a Portuguese VTuber that I met. She's really good, and she's having a 6 months celebration stream 12-hour subathon. So
Whoa.
yeah,
A Portuguese Ventuvian.
yeah. Wow.
The Ventubian Empire.
Keep that up. Keep that up. I'm really gonna TPK you guys if you keep that up. Wow. There's not a single fucking name I use that. Okay. Right. So let's give Nikki some love, and next session, hopefully next week, we will be. First of all, I hope that all my players are in good health conditions. That would be good. Second of all, let us then go attack the goblins, because now there are goblins. The green men. Yay.
Does this count
The
as
green
unlocking
menace.
goblins?
Tune in
Yes.
next time for the finale of Telia Misfits.
By the way, this does count as unlocking goblins,
Good.
and
Good, good.
the
I'm
goblin
not gonna play a goblin, but good.
yeah, and the goblin sub races actually. So that's nice. But we can discuss this in case you actually
Yes.
TPK. But yeah, let's
Is the leader
let's
of
go on
these
the raid.
goblins filth?
Maybe.
You just gave Ren an idea.
Maybe.
Oh,
Can you
well.
imagine Filth being the